I was stoked with it. Obviously going into finals, the goal is to win it. My lucky number is 4. Like my favorite number is 4. And so I felt like this would be a nice way to end nationals with 4 titles. But it was great. It was one of those days too where it's like coming off of the 3 events and then doing the 100 breasts and then having like my favorite, most exciting race on the last day. Already being on the team, like there's no pressure, I could just race completely free. I wanted to see really what I was capable of. Goal time still was like 21:25, and I think we can get down there in Tokyo, but I'm super stoked with the time, and for the entire nationals it's been incredible. So for me going into it, I knew obviously to beat Caleb, I had to be with him at the 15 because his first 15 is really powerful. I do feel like my swimming has gotten really strong, and that's kind of where I, increased that gap, was maybe in that back half. At least for where it felt like I was in the race, like I could see Caleb at about halfway, and I don't know, there's more like an internal motivation, like I just kind of edged throughout the race. It wasn't like I was in the front from the beginning, which is obviously something we need to work on. I think my start still has room to get better, my entry can be tighter, and the breakout can be faster. But no, I don't really remember what the question was, but it was a great swim. Just how prepared I was coming into it, really in all aspects, so mentally, emotionally, physically, especially physically. Going into nationals last year in Indy, training was just not good. The season wasn't that great. There was a lot of pressure that I just kind of put on myself because I really wanted to do well. I wanted to make the world team, and I was so focused on making that team that I ended up putting myself out of it. And obviously, like I've said a lot throughout this week, is focusing on my own lane and staying in my own head. And I think that was a huge game changer for me this time around too.
Go back to 2 years ago then, at Olympic trials, were you putting pressure on yourself to make that team, or did you?
No, not at all. And so that was the thing. I think going into trials, what made it such a successful meet for me, obviously not making the team, but I went best time in every event I swam, got faster each round. What made it so good was I went into the race knowing no matter what happens, people don't believe I'm going to make it. I'm 17 years old. I'm really the underdog. There's no pressure to make the team. It's going to be awesome if I do. I'll celebrate that, and it'll be sad if I don't, but I'm able to just race and not be defined by it whatsoever. And that really gave me a lot of freedom to just race. And I think that was kind of something that I figured out how to kind of channel here at Nationals. Obviously, you come here to make the team, and once I had done that, there's another, so it was a 50 fly first, so I had sealed the deal for Worlds. That took a bit of a weight off, but then I had 100 fly the next day. I was like, okay, now we want to get Panthex, and then once we had that, kind of the ball kept rolling. But yeah, it's all, every meet's kind of its own challenge, and it's something I have to constantly be learning because it's easy to forget.
Are they going to be there to watch you?
My parents?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mom, are you going to Tokyo? No. They'll go back to Kansas, pack up the house so we can move to San Diego.